What is up, Worcester? It's time for yet another signing here presented by Fly Worcester. I've got with me, returning for another year here in the heart of the Commonwealth, Jordan Kaplan. Welcome back to Worcester.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having me on.
Good to have you back, getting ready for another year here with the Railers. But first off, just tell us off season so far as we're getting late into the summer. Tell us how things have been going.
Everything's good. A lot of time at home here in Jersey, so a lot of time with family and friends. A lot of family time down at the beach. Been golfing with my dad and my brothers and stuff. Working out and training right down the road here, so it's been good.
How's the golf game looking?
Not too bad, honestly. I broke 80 for the first time in a while, 79 the other day at the home course though. So some people might say it doesn't count, but I'm taking that. I'm taking that to the grave with me. I don't know if it'll get any better than that.
I was gonna say you got some stiff competition. Then Anthony Callan said he also broke 80 this summer too. So we'll have to see who stacks up here as training camp gets
Oh,
going.
just one more competition to have against Cal. Here we go. I love it.
Some friendly infight in there. I like it. We're excited to have you here for another year coming up. It'll be your second season with the team, second full season, third stint, so to speak. Just let's talk about last year first season back with the team, full year. Just how did the season go for you? How do you feel like things went here as your pro career has continued along?
Um, I mean, last year was good. I mean, a little bit of a sore subject, obviously, but I mean, personally, I think I kind of found my game as a professional, and stepped into kind of a trusting role where as I'd been playing with Tuz the year previous and down in Savannah, so I had that comfortability coming in, um, and I mean I think it was an interesting year. We had the with the coaching changes and whatever, we had a lot of paths crossing, whether it was personnel or just a lot of moving parts throughout the season, which is normal in that league, but I think it took a toll on us a little bit. We got off to a little bit of a slow start, but I think as the season went on, you could see like the guys really came together, and we 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 found our identity towards the end of the season. And I think going into this year, it's huge. We can just build on that. We got a lot of the same guys coming back, and I mean that's an advantage that not a lot of people have in this league. So I'm excited.
Talk about that a little bit more. I mean, how did the energy feel like it shifted once the new year came about and the team starts getting hot and rattling off point after point and things get going?
I think just to start the year, like I guess whatever those first 20 games, there was just a little bit of confusion. I think where guys were going to be in the lineup. I mean, our leadership wasn't completely defined yet, so it was kind of like everybody was feeling each other out, feeling the situation out, like what it was going to be like. And then as that like Christmas time came or whatever, um, everyone was just bought in. I mean, guys really dialed into their roles, and we really became a team then. And I think that projected for the rest of the season. I mean, it's tough when you slide whatever how many 20 games and you let those slip away in the beginning. You're always going to be chasing it, and I think honestly we did the best we could in that situation. Just wasn't enough. So looking forward to rectifying that this year.
You had a particularly hot month of December yourself, 16 points in 13 games, including a power play hat trick against your old team, the Adirondack Thunder, to cap off 2024. I mean, let's just talk about that. I mean, how sweet's a moment like that feel when you think about facing off against a former team and putting up a performance like that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to win. Like, I mean, do anything you can to win, right? And I guess the bounces were going my way, and so ended up having a great result at the end of that game. But I mean, it's fun for me going back to Adirondack. We got that section behind the bench. They wouldn't let me hear the end of it, and just to kind of shut them up was felt really good, especially on a New Year's Day like that. I mean, can't ask for much more.
Talk about, if you would, your excitement. You're coming back to Worcester, second straight year here in the city. Just what's it mean for you to get put the jersey back on and get playing for this team again soon?
Uh, I'm really excited, Tim. Like I said, I built that comfortability, or I just kind of found my role and feel really made Worcester a home last year. And I mean, this season coming in, there should be no hesitation. It should be just getting right to it. There's no dip in the foot in. Like we're going, and I know Tuzzy touched on it last year, but it's a win now mentality, and we built that foundation. So we're taking that to the next level this year, and I'm excited to be a part of that.
And then for yourself, just some expectations, maybe too, leaning a little bit into the conversation with Tuz, just how you see this coming season playing out for yourself and how you want to progress your game even more this year.
Uh, it's a good question. I like last year. I there were ups and downs definitely. Whether it was pucks not bouncing on your stick, power play wasn't working out great, just things that you got to work through with your teammates. And personally, I those ups and downs, I guess I could say they affected me as well. And just something going into this year, just kind of having you're always going to have ups and downs, but just making those downs, like I guess another way to say this would be like if you don't have your A game, like what's your B game, and just like still being effective and getting stuff done, no matter how you feel. Really, I think last year um, it was just very hot and cold, and I'd like to see out of myself more of just a consistent, whether that be putting pucks in there, helping the team on the power play, breaking pucks out, breaking up plays in the defensive zone, just stuff like that. And I just want to make sure that it's all working together. And when I don't have one, then I make sure all the other ones are going well, or something like that. So that'll be my focus coming in.
Well, one of the things you contributed last year as well, talked about your power play hat trick. You had one of the two Gordie Howe hat tricks that the team had last year. You and Anthony Callan each poured one in. Talk about what that's like. I mean, there's a bit of that in your game too, or you're able to, mix it up with the rest of them. And just what was that like for you, and how do you view that part of your game?
Well, it's pretty easy for me. I mean, with the identity of our team, once we really dialed that in, like there was nobody shying away from anything, and that myself included. I mean, I grew up in a house of three boys. I was the oldest, so there was fisticuffs every night, just about. So like I'm no stranger to mixing it up, but I try not to make it my focus. But sticking up for your teammates is important, and also that role. Um, you guys look up to, like they see. I think a lot of guys can get behind when a guy's scoring goals and making plays, but he is also not afraid to get dirty and do what he's got to do. So I think that's kind of where I'm coming from on that, and we'll look forward to having a few more this year, possibly.
Well, one of the guys you got into fisticuffs with growing up, your brother Devin Kaplan, who, of course, played nearby over at BU. He made his NHL debut last season against the Buffalo Sabres for the Philadelphia Flyers. You were there, you were at the game. Just talk about seeing his game develop as the two of you grew up and what it was like to see him play in the show.
Oh, I mean, it was unreal. Our whole family was up there, and we were actually done playing. So I drove up to Buffalo with Mashy, and he dropped me off instead of flying, just because it was easy. It was on the way for him, and I was like, "Hey, I'll just hop in with you." But Dev's come a long way. I mean, I remember when I was, almost twice as tall as he was, and he was like just a little immature guy running around. He couldn't really, his footing was, he didn't have his footing yet as a bigger guy, but just, as he became older, started bringing him to the rink. He was training with me and my teammates and my friends, and just watching that. And to this day, like today, he's come so far. He's every bit of 205 pounds. He's a big dude. He's been watching a lot of hockey his whole entire life. So he's a smart, um, cerebral guy. And, he can do some things that I can't do, which I think is his advantage as a hockey player. And it's cool to see as he goes up the ranks, how he utilizes those little things that he's learned, or maybe something that I've told him or whatever, it may be. But getting to see that game and getting to see it all come together was it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I was very jealous, but that's normal. Happy for him at the same time.
And even still, you think about like an iron sharpens iron kind of situation where you guys are both in the same household, and in a lot of ways, you helped to make him better growing up, and I'm sure he helped to make you better as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to leave out my other brother as well, Jalen. He's no longer playing, but he was an elite player growing up as well too. So I mean, it was all of us kind of, you know, working together and against each other.
Love it. All working in the same direction, of course, for the family. Last few things for you here, Jordan. As we're getting ready to come back, you're getting ready to come back. Plenty of restaurants in the area. Is there a spot in particular when you get back, training camp's getting going, you're going to find yourself sneaking off, grabbing a sandwich or a steak somewhere?
Yeah, my spot was Bocata on the corner there.
Right by the
Little
wick.
Mediterranean, small dishes, great food there. I'm excited to go back there.
All right. And then as the fans are excited to get you back to Worcester and see the team play on opening night, October 18th, just what's your message to the fans as things are getting ready to get going here?
Uh, I'd have to say that I'm excited to come back. I can't wait to hear them get loud in that building. The support, the fans in the Booster Club were amazing last year. I know that they'll bring it again this year, and I just can't wait to give them what they want. I don't even want to say it.
Jordan Kaplan, your next signing for the 2025-26 season. Cap, thanks for taking the time today.
Thanks. Nice talking to you, Tim. See you soon.